For over a decade, Marvel Studios dominated the global box office, redefining the superhero genre and establishing an interconnected cinematic universe that captivated millions. However, in recent years, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, has been struggling to maintain its former glory. With declining box office returns, audience fatigue, lackluster storytelling, and an overabundance of content, Marvel finds itself in a precarious position. This essay explores the reasons behind Marvel's struggles and what led to its downturn. Oversaturation and fatigue. One of the biggest reasons for Marvel's current struggles is content oversaturation. During the Infinity Saga, 2008 to 2019, Marvel carefully released 2 to 3 films per year, building up to major crossover events like Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. However, post-Endgame, Marvel significantly increased its output, introducing multiple Disney Plus series alongside feature films. In 2020 alone, Marvel released 4 movies: Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man, No Way Home, and 5 Disney Plus series: WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye. This rapid influx of content diluted the excitement that used to accompany a Marvel release. Instead of highly anticipated events, Marvel projects began to feel like obligatory homework for fans trying to keep up with the expansive universe. Declining box office and audience interest, Marvel movies once dominated the box office, with each installment easily crossing the billion-dollar mark. However, recent films have struggled to replicate that success. For instance, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania in 2023, underperformed both critically and commercially, failing to generate the level of interest expected from an MCU film. Similarly, Eternals, 2020, received mixed to negative reviews, marking one of the worst-rated Marvel movies on Rotten Tomatoes. Additionally, audience interest in superhero movies in general appears to be waning. With over a decade of Marvel films, the formula has become predictable, and newer installments lack the same impact as earlier entries. The absence of a clear, overarching storyline post-Endgame has left audiences feeling disconnected, and many casual fans no longer feel compelled to watch every release. Inconsistent storytelling and weak characters during the Infinity Saga, Marvel successfully introduced and developed a roster of beloved characters, each with compelling arcs that led to a satisfying conclusion. However, post-Endgame, the MCU has struggled to replicate that same level of character investment. Many of the new heroes, such as Shang-Chi, the Eternals, and America Chavez, have failed to resonate with audiences in the same way Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor once did. Moreover, several projects have suffered from weak storytelling, inconsistent pacing, and underdeveloped villains. Thor: Love and Thunder, 2022, for instance, was widely criticized for its excessive humor and lack of emotional depth. Similarly, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, 2022, introduced intriguing ideas, but failed to fully explore them in a coherent manner. This inconsistency in storytelling has led to a decline in the MCU's overall narrative strength. The Disney Plus problem. While Disney Plus was initially seen as a way to expand the MCU's storytelling potential, it has instead contributed to the franchise's decline. Many of the Marvel Disney Plus series, such as She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and Secret Invasion, received poor reviews for their pacing, humor, and overall execution. These shows often felt disconnected from the larger MCU, and in some cases, actively contradicted established lore. The quantity over quality approach has also made it difficult for fans to stay engaged. Unlike previous MCU projects, where each movie built toward a larger narrative, the Disney Plus shows often feel like side stories with minimal impact on the greater universe. This lack of cohesion has weakened Marvel's brand identity and left audiences unsure of which projects are essential viewing. Loss of iconic characters and star power. A major factor in Marvel's success was its charismatic and well-established lead actors. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, Chris Evans, Captain America, and Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, were key figures who carried the franchise for years. Their departures following Avengers, Endgame, left a significant void that Marvel has struggled to fill. While the MCU has introduced new heroes such as Shang-Chi, Ms. Marvel, and Kate Bishop, these characters lack the same cultural impact as their predecessors. Additionally, Marvel's over-reliance on CGI-heavy spectacle over character-driven storytelling has made it harder for audiences to emotionally invest in new protagonists. Without a strong leading presence, the MCU feels rudderless and lacks the same level of excitement it once had. Backlash over political messaging. Another issue contributing to Marvel's struggles is the backlash over perceived political messaging in its content. While Marvel has always incorporated social themes into its films, recent projects have faced criticism for prioritizing messages over storytelling. For instance, The Marvels 2020 was met with mixed reactions, with some audiences feeling that the film focused too heavily on diversity and inclusion at the expense of plot and character development. This growing perception has led to polarization among fans, with some feeling alienated by what they see as forced messaging. While representation is important, Marvel must balance social themes with strong storytelling to maintain its audience's investment. Special effects and production issues. Marvel's heavy reliance on CGI has also been a growing issue. Recent films have faced criticism for their inconsistent visual effects, with some projects feeling rushed or unfinished. Reports have emerged of overworked and underpaid VFX artists struggling to meet unrealistic deadlines, leading to subpar results. The backlash against CGI-heavy movies, coupled with audiences growing more critical of visual effects quality, has hurt Marvel's reputation. For example, She-Hulk 2022 faced widespread criticism for its poorly rendered CGI, which many viewers felt looked unpolished. Similarly, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was criticized for its artificial-looking environments, further highlighting Marvel's production struggles. As audiences become more discerning about visual quality, Marvel's reliance on rushed CGI has become a significant weakness. The future of Marvel, can it recover? Despite its current struggles, Marvel is not beyond redemption. The upcoming Avengers, Secret Wars, and Avengers: The Kang Dynasty provide an opportunity for the franchise to regain its footing. However, significant changes are needed for Marvel to recover. Quality over quantity. Marvel needs to scale back its content output and focus on delivering well-crafted stories rather than churning out multiple projects per year. A return to a more deliberate release schedule would help rebuild anticipation and ensure higher quality. Stronger storytelling and character development. The MCU must prioritize compelling narratives and character-driven arcs rather than relying on spectacle alone. Developing relatable, well-written protagonists will help re-engage audiences, bringing back legacy characters. While it may be impossible to fully replace Iron Man and Captain America, Marvel could benefit from reintroducing popular characters in meaningful ways, whether through multiverse storylines or legacy handoffs. Better visual effects and production standards. Addressing the issues within the VFX industry and ensuring projects receive adequate time and resources will be crucial in restoring Marvel's reputation.